Hello, I'm David Chaston with 90 at 9, brought to you by interest.co.nz. This is where you get everything you need to know in 90 seconds at 9 o'clock, including news of some panic in Russian financial circles. But first up, the latest global dairy trade auction overnight saw prices change very little overall. They were down slightly less than 1.1% in US dollars, but up almost 0.8% in New Zealand dollars. In fact, it was only whole milk powder that kept the result low. Almost every other commodity saw rising prices. Butter was up 7.3% from the previous auction, cheese was up 5.2%, and skim milk powder was up 5.7%. Whole milk powder prices, however, saw the only fall, down 7.1% to $2,229 a tonne. Fonterra is helped by not being wholly dependent on milk powders, unlike some. Still, prices are now running at only about half the level they were a year ago, and the expected overall rise by the industry by Christmas will probably not come too late to save another reduction in this season's dairy payout. In the US, construction spending recorded its largest gain in 5 months in October, easing concerns of a slowdown in the fourth quarter economic growth there. Vehicle sales were also reported to be strong in November, and a major New York area manufacturing purchasing index also reported continuing strong gains. The situation in Russia, however, is getting worrying. Their economic crisis is deepening as the government acknowledged overnight it is heading for a recession, and one former central banker there spoke of some panic in their financial system as a result of the plunging oil price. At the ECB, there are signs they can't get their act together to launch the Draghi-promised bond buying program. Announcements are getting pushed back as internal disagreements drag on. The OECD has revealed overnight the scale of an enormous global corruption problem. They say large companies and their senior managers are responsible for the vast majority of the world's bribery cases, and they're giving up to a third of their profits from related projects to corrupt officials. The OECD also questions commitments of governments to fight the scourge. And late yesterday, the Australian Reserve Bank kept its rates on hold, but sharpened its rhetoric on the elevated Aussie dollar problem. Analysts think that opens the door to future rate cuts. US Treasury 10-year bond yields rose in New York overnight, and they rose more than 10 basis points to 2.28%. Meanwhile, the oil price could not hold yesterday's bounce. The US price is now under $68 a barrel, and the Brent price is just under $72 a barrel. More supply may be heading from Iraq soon as the Baghdad government and the Kurdistan region agree on an oil export deal overnight. The gold price's recent volatile movements continued, and late last night they had seen a big fall back under $1,200. It is now at $1,197 an ounce. The Kiwi dollar also fell back overnight as the US dollar gained. We start today at 78 US cents. That's a whole cent lower than this time yesterday. 92.3 Aussie cents, and the TWI is at 78.2. I'm David Chaston. That was 90 at 9, brought to you by interest.co.nz.